Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Julie Lee and you can find out more about what I do in the description box below. So we're here today for the pick a card reading, which is about what you need to know right now. So if there's just something that's on your mind, or maybe there's a particular guidance that you're wanting, then hopefully this will help you. So we've got 3 groups as per normal to choose from. So we've got group 1, 2 and 3 here, if you want to just select by the cards, or otherwise we've got a crystal. So we've got the blue calcite, I think. I keep forgetting what this one is, but it's beautiful calming energy nonetheless. And then we've got black tourmaline, which is nice protective energy. And then we've got the rose quartz heart. Very lovely, very loving. I mean, they're all loving, crystals just emit such a beautiful energy, but some of them just instantly have a different vibe to them. So choose the group that resonates with you, either group 1, 2 or 3, and then click on the link in the description box below, the timestamp, which will take you to your reading. Alright, I'll see you very soon. Bye. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. So let's see what you need to know right now. So these are from the Energy Oracle cards. And so we've got anxiety, so perhaps you're feeling a bit anxious at the moment. Which is understandable. There's a lot happening on the planet in general, and there's just could be fear about the future, uncertainty and all those type of things. And the message that's coming through is, when you feel that anxiety, it's just that you're aligning with the, I guess I call it state or energy of fear, and it's just a sign to align with love instead. And I know when you're in the midst of all that anxiety and worry, and it can be really hard to move away from that. So it's you give yourself the space and time to really feel into what is going on for you, especially if you haven't given that, you've gone right into solution mode or things like that. Give yourself the space to feel into it, feel what's happening for you, and just to let it be there without having to do anything about it. Almost like just observing, and like you're with a dear friend, you're just there for them, but you're not having to do anything as such. And it almost perhaps going out into nature or looking at flowers, or anything that connects you outside of yourself, once you've given yourself that time to honor what's going on for you, will help you to shift that energy as well, to move away from staying in that anxiety, because nothing wrong with feeling anxious or worried. It's just when we stay in there, or it becomes almost becomes a habit. You just stay in that cycle of being in that way, and it just disconnects you from your true power, because you're a powerful being. And if you really tune into yourself, the answers are always there. And we've got such amazing intelligent systems in our body, in our spirit, etc. So it's more about just listening to what's going on. I hope that makes sense. I'm just seeing if there's anything else coming through. For some reason red's coming, like being drawn to the red, and for me, I'm feeling like that sort of that angry energy. But it's almost just a reminder to step into your power as well, because anger is not a bad thing. It's just if we stay in it again too long, or if we don't, because anger is normally the first emotion we feel when something happens that upsets us, or that's unfair, all that type of stuff. And it's to really understand what it is beneath the anger, what's really going on beneath that, because it may be you're feeling hurt, or you're feeling taken advantage of, or there's all these other things that are beneath it. And when you can connect with that, then that's when the healing happens for yourself. And then when you go and speak to the person who's been involved in the situation, then there's a different conversation that happens, rather than just like, I'm so angry. I hope that makes sense, but it's about staying in your power as well. So I'm just going to shuffle some tarot cards to see what other messages are for you, group 1. What other messages are there? Oops. Oh, 3 just came out. Okay. I feel like this is the way they want to be seen. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 8 of Wands. And so 8 of Wands is about quick action, fast movement. And it could be communication as well, like just something coming in quite quickly. And I feel like it's positive based on, positive, negative, there are parts of the duality and judgment, but it's just something that is helping you on your path, is going to come your way. And I think that will help with your anxiety. And when it's almost like I'll start reading the other cards so that it starts to make sense. So you've got the Hermit card, and so the Hermit is about going inwards. And you can see he's sort of like in meditation mode. And it's like when you go into that state of going internally, then the path will light up for you. You'll know which way to go. But normally what we've been told is we go outside, we seek help from the external world, and that will guide us forward, which is true. It's important to do that work. But ultimately, if you're not sure what to do in a situation and it's causing you stress and anxiety, it's saying go within and let that guidance come through to you. Because often we don't spend enough time listening and being still. We're always moving forward. I say moving forwards in quotation marks, but we always have that idea that we're moving forwards or by doing things, but that's not necessarily the case. We can be moving forward, advancing at a great speed by being still. It's just that's firstly not with what we've been taught, and secondly, because of that, it doesn't feel that way. But the message is go internally if you're not sure and you're feeling anxious. And like I said earlier, go for a walk in nature and have that time to yourself, because that's really important. And doing that will give you that step forward that you need to take that action, because this Ace of Wands represents action, and it's a new action. And I feel like this is something that is long term, like this new thing that you're going to take is going to have long-term impacts. And it's almost like either creating a new way of doing things, or changing your mindset so that you don't go into this anxious mode all the time, or straight away. It's almost, you start to learn how to do things differently. And when you do that, then you end up with a lot of happiness and a lot of joy. You see this family, see the rainbow, and the cups, which represent our emotions. So just a lot of happiness around. And so you might feel it's far from where you're at the moment if you're feeling anxious and in worry and fear. But just know that the message you need to know is that this is possible, and that you have the power to change it. It's actually you deciding what you're willing to accept and say yes to, and what you want to say no to. And that could be, for example, worrying about the future. Like you can say yes to worrying, and where that will lead you, or you can say no to that and say yes instead to like trusting yourself and knowing that whatever happens, you'll be able to handle it. And so you let go of that attachment, and you can just be. And a lot of our anxieties arise because we're attached to a certain outcome. We want things to be a certain way, And so when we think about, oh, it might not turn out that way, then, you know, we get a bit worried, we get into fear. Whereas if we know that actually everything is going to work out fine, everything, you know, we're being looked after, whenever you feel worried or concerned, you just need to go within and, you know, the path will unfold for you. Then you can let go of those worries and concerns and just be in the moment and just be with what's happening right now in this space. And, you know, what I've learned a lot over the past few years is just being really present with that and just observing it and your emotions really helps in letting go of feeling attached to a certain outcome. So I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to pull out some starseed cards for you because they just seem like they want to be in here. So let me just see what cards want to come out. What starseed? Okay. So ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. So whatever you're experiencing at the moment is part of your growth, and that, you know, you are ready for this, and you've almost, in a way, your soul has asked for it. So rather than fighting it and saying, you know, why did I do this, or why is life like this, lean into accepting it and knowing that actually it's probably something that you chose and that it's leading you to growth, and which is wonderful, because if we're growing, then we're expanding all the time and moving forward. Whereas when we stop growing, we stop learning, then we just stay stuck and go backwards, really. And then just at the bottom of the deck, you've got choice. So by staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. And so, you know, that when I think about that, really ties in with everything here. Like firstly about anxiety, like really being conscious of your thoughts. And then also the hermit, like when you stay conscious of your thoughts, which is, you know, being internal and giving yourself the space to really hear the messages, then you do have choice. Whereas if you just continue to do the same thing over and over, then everything is very unconscious and you just keep making the same decisions all the time. So I hope that resonates with you, Group 1. It's been really enjoyed doing this reading. So yes, I shall speak to you or see you at a different one. Take care, bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. So let's see what you need to know right now. So just take this card up and you've got Angel of Strength, which is really lovely. Just getting a lot of different messages. So just take what resonates, because, you know, it's a general reading. But it's almost like firstly you have support and strength around you, and that you're not alone, that, you know, the universe is always supporting you on your journey. And so if you're having, you know, a bit of a challenging time at the moment, or you know, things feel a bit overwhelming, just know that you are supported, and you just need to ask for help. You know, you can just send out, you know, just quietly in your mind or speak aloud, whatever works for you, you know, to whoever. It might be angels, or it might be the universe, a source, and just ask for help or guidance, because they're always there. And you know that you are protected, that you're safe to be who you are, and just safe to be really on this planet. And it's also, you know, the lion that keeps coming up, and I see the sun, so it's almost like shining, shine bright really as well. Like have that strength to really encompass who you are and to be who you are, that you don't need to you know, be less than you are, and to just kind of play it small, you know, have that strength to do that. Those are the two main messages coming out when I read that card. So read this card, sorry. So see which one resonates. There's also, I guess, when I see him, he looks very alert, and there's something about almost giving yourself that space to let go. You don't need to be on alert. I guess it goes back to that message of you are safe and you can let go. You don't need to worry and have that stress or be in stress. You can just, like, the message is like trust. Just trust that things are working out, that life is unfolding perfectly for you. And if you have a decision to make or you're in a difficult space, that you're being guided. And like I said before, you just need to ask and then allow the answers to come to you. And not, I've found that when I ask, then really a lot of amazing things just start to happen. And it's almost like by setting that intention, that energy of asking for assistance or support, then everything conspires to help you. And I find that more now than ever that is happening, because we are in this amazing space of being able to create our reality now. And I think it's been there for a while, but we just haven't been aware of it. And what I mean by that is you can choose to, what you choose to spend your energy on. And we have a lot of choice, but we've not been aware of it. And so just know that you have the choice to really make decisions and to create what it is that you want. So I just want to see what else the tarot has to say to support you. Oops. I just don't feel like bringing them all out. Not that I don't feel like, but they just didn't feel right. Okay, so let's see what these cards say. Okay. Yeah, that looks lovely. And then at the bottom of the deck we've got the Nine of Swords. And so for some of you, hopefully that means you're coming out of it, because when it's in reverse, it generally means the opposite. Whereas when it's in the upright position, it just means that there is a lot on your mind and it's keeping you up at night, or you're not getting the rest or that you really want to have. And it's because you're having all these different thoughts, disturbing thoughts. And it's almost, and I happen to see the card behind it, which is the Tower card. And so it could be that something has happened that has really destabilized your way of thinking about your life, and caused you to feel this way. But it's almost like it needed to happen, because you're moving forwards. There's new things coming your way. And when you're in that fearful state and you're in your thoughts and worries, the best thing you can do is come back into your body. Because, and if you're someone who has a lot of air in their chart, so air meaning air signs like Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, then you probably have a tendency to think a lot. And it's almost like, how do you, like, interesting enough, reading ahead, like, how do you come back into balance with that, instead of being in your head all the time, which your mind is great for working out how to go from A to B, how to file a tax return, do calculations, that type of stuff. But if you want direction, then it's your intuition, that yin energy, which is more receptive, that will guide you. So there's a difference between you stay in this energy, then it would just be fraught with worry and anxiety and all that type of stuff, which is not your natural state. And so if you are, then come back into balance, go out into nature, write down all your thoughts, or worry journal, and let them out. Give them that space to be seen and heard, and then just let them be, so that you can move on and do other things. Gosh, that was a long message there. But it also ties in with this Strength card, as in, having the strength to really know that you're fine, and to trust, because trusting is a strength as well. Like, it's not something that we're being taught, so it's something that we have to build and learn how to do again. So the first card that came out is a King of Wands, and this is like fire energy. So someone who knows what they want, and he's going to get it. Like he's just sitting there very calm and just knowing. And it's interesting because it links in with Leo, which is a fire sign as well. And I see all these lions. So the lion is quite a strong, that energy of the lion is very strong in this. And it's almost like empower that energy, that lion energy, being in your power, being in your strength. Because the King of Wands really represents that. And anything less than that, like if you think that you're not enough, or you think that you can't do it, that's not real. That's not, it might be a perception in your mind, but it's not the reality. And so there, you're being guided to take back your power. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a new beginning in the physical world. So it's almost saying, stepping into your power is going to give you lots of gifts and new beginnings. And it doesn't mean you have to be perfectly there, but really recognize your own strength. Because a lot of the time we don't. We just say we can't do this. We, for some reason, don't step into that. And we all each have our own traumas that contribute to that. But this is a new beginning, a new way of being that is going to really help you move forward. And then we've got the Justice card, and so this could be legally or somehow something becoming just or working out in your favor because of karma or whatever, or also things coming into balance, because it's about truth. Whatever is truth is true. Is what comes out as how do I say this? It's like that's what wins. Like it's love over fear, truth over lies, things like that. And so we're moving into that phase now where you can't not be honest and true, because that would just leave you feeling really unhappy and out of balance with who you are. So by stepping into your power and recognizing who you really are, then you're going to create these new beginnings that help you to be in this balance and just space, and just be true to yourself and tune into who you really are, your intuition, etc. So I'm just going to pull out a starseed card, because I did that for the other group and I think it'll be great for you guys as well. So what's the message for group 2? Message for group 2. Okay, this one has to come out. Oh, okay. There you go. Just as I was talking about truth. So truth, see your light, know your power, have the courage to walk your truth. And I mean, that's really just perfect, because that, that's all about the lion, having that courage, having the strength to speak your truth, to be who you really are, and to not apologize for it. And we're so not used to doing that, and it's time that we all stepped into our power and did that. And at the bottom of the deck you've got celebration. So celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. And so that, I think that's just wonderful confirmation of the reading. And yeah, really just, there's a lot of messages in there, so take what resonates, and bring that into your, whenever you come across this reading, bring that into your life. So I hope that helps group 2, or it resonates. It's been lovely reading for you, and I shall see you at another reading. Bye. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. So let's see what you need to know right now. Okay, so the message you've got is rest and rejuvenation. So I just feel like I'm having to breathe and just like relax, and almost go into this like meditative state, or just come. It's almost like find peace. That's what I'm getting as well. It's like, create that peace in your life, give yourself some time out so that you can rejuvenate. But also, I see these colors, and it's about connecting with yourself, with the magical aspects, within the universe. So, whether that, whatever it is that what you believe in, for example, connect with that energy. Maybe it's source, maybe it's the universe, maybe, whatever it is that really feels right in your heart. It's to give yourself that space to connect with that and to find joy again in your life. Because oftentimes when we're so busy working and in that, that state of doing, we, it can feel great at the time that we're doing it, but, it's not, in some ways, when you get to this point and when this message comes up, it's like, no, it's not giving you what you need anymore. It almost becomes too much. And, if there's something that you're working on and you want it so much, yet it still seems a bit out of reach, or things aren't working the way that you want them to, then, you're having this time out to really rest, does more than staying at the desk and working even harder and all that type of stuff. It's really the opposite of what we've been taught. And I find that, like, it's so easy to get into that state, for me anyway, to be like, oh no, but I can just do a bit more and just keep going. But I've learned a lot over the past few years to really let go of that. And when the sign comes to take a break, then to really give myself a break, because just when you least expect it, an amazing idea comes, or you get this, because you're taking the time to listen, that's when spirit can communicate with you, and you hear the message that is being given to you, whether that's from your guides, from the angels, from whoever, it's a higher energy that can come through to you. So really take out that time to rest and to look after yourself, because when you do that, you might think that you're not doing very much, but actually, firstly, when your energy is able to come back, because you've spent it on other things, when it can come back, you're so much better for everybody else. You can be there in such a different way, and also it gives other people permission to do that as well, to rest, and to see that that you're giving yourself that self-care. And I feel like we need so much more of that, of really self-care, looking after ourselves, because if everyone did that, then the world would be such a different place. We wouldn't be in the state that we're in, like trying to control other people's actions, trying to make other people do things that really we should be doing for ourselves. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say for you, group 3. What's the message for group 3? What are the messages for group 3? I feel like I don't want to jump, I just want to sort of be done this way. I know that sounds funny. Alright. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Wands, which, goes hand in hand beautifully with this energy oracle card. And so, this guy is basically feeling a bit beaten. He's injured. He's gone through the wars and just feeling a bit over it. And so, it's another confirmation that really, take this time out to rest, to really look after yourself, because it's so important for where your future step of, your journey, the next steps that you're going to undertake. So really take time out, and maybe it's hard to switch off, go into nature then, or do anything that brings you back into your body. So it could be yoga, or running is great for some people. It's just like to get out of your headspace and just to come back into you, so that you can feel yourself again. Stretching is great as well, and also take the time, if you can, to meditate. And meditation doesn't have to be hard. It can be just sitting still, or sitting, and then just observing the thoughts. I mean, we can't stop our thoughts, they're just constant, but we can observe them and go, okay, those are the thoughts that I'm having now, these are the feelings, sensations that I'm having in my body. And if you go into it with that observation and curiosity mode, then it has a huge impact on your feeling within yourself. So that's really a strong message to do that. And then you've got the 5 of cups coming up. And so this is, looking at these 3 cups, so things that haven't gone well, and focusing on those things when, there are actually other things going well, but you're just choosing to focus on these other things at the moment. And it's almost saying, what are the things that you're actually grateful for? What is going well? And to spend some time looking at those things, because they're important. Like if you stay in that energy of fear, which is, nothing's going well, I've got nothing, it's, constant lack, and then you just keep yourself in that space, which doesn't do anything except make you miserable. So, if you want to shift your energy, if you have been in that state, then what is it that you're grateful for? What are the great things that are happening? And we all have, really great things that are happening in our lives. And often they're the simple things, might be having food. So many people in this world don't have enough food to eat. And, to be able to have food whenever we want is really an abundance. Having water and, all those things that we take for granted, but actually they're a gift. And then you've got the Hierophant, and this is like a spiritual figure or religious figure. And when I see this message, I'm thinking again about your spirituality and how that's really important in what you need to know right now and going forwards, like to connect with that, your spiritual self. And that can be in whichever way that resonates with you. Because doing that, it helps you to know that, you are a spiritual being in a human form. So you're here to have an experience, and, we get so overwhelmed and so caught up in life when really it's not. We're here just to experience it. It's not about getting it right, getting it perfect and all that type of stuff. It's just about the experience. So when you take that time to connect to yourself in that way, then it also helps you to expand your view, your thinking, and will be helpful going forwards. And then you've got the Strength card, which is it is about being strong. I also feel like it's about having faith and trusting, especially if you've been working really hard and you're worried about things working out a certain way. Have faith that things are going to work out. They will be okay. And also, if you find that your worries and concerns are getting the better of you, or you feel like you're in that space of fear a lot, then it's almost like tame that beast. And become aware of when it's happening, like, oh, okay, I'm thinking that way again. The more that you can be conscious of what is happening within you, the more that you'll be able to change and do things differently, because what we don't acknowledge we can't change. So we really, by being aware, you can start to do things differently. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm thinking that way. Oh, I'm thinking of lack again, not having enough. When you do that, then you can think, okay, well, actually, what do I have then? I've actually got a lot. So I hope that makes sense. So overall, really give yourself that time out to rest, and to also focus on what is going right in your life, and that your connection with spirituality, which is really important, especially going forwards when more and more people realize that we're more than just human beings, we're spiritual beings, and we have a lot of power. We've just not been taught how to utilize it. And remember your strength, have faith, and tame that that part of yourself that wants to go into negative, well, I don't really want to call it negativity, but just more into a feeling of lack and not being in your power. So I'm just going to pull out some, or shuffle some starseed cards to see what other messages you need to know. What does group 3? Oh, okay, so you got 2. Let me just pull these out. Ah, that's great. So stillness, so that goes perfectly with rest and rejuvenation. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness and compassion, which I think is great. Everything we go through is an opportunity to see things differently, even though it may cause us pain or worry, etc. So take that time out to reflect. That's really important. Vision, trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. So, you know, when you take this time out, like I said before, it will really give you the space to think and feel and hear the messages that you need to, and to get clear about what it is that you want. And then channel. You're a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. That's really nice. So whether you know it or not, you do bring healing to those around you just by being you. You don't need to do any more than that. And I think that's just lovely, because you can just be. You don't. There's nothing you need to do. You are enough just as you are. So be that. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, I hope that resonates with you, Group 3. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at another reading. Bye.